Okay, this is the round of 4 game. This is going to be Cheese Enema versus Clueless. The champs like screen. We had someone's client screw up, so we had to restart the thing, and that's why we're here. The chat bans were already done. They were. We gotta scroll up again now. They were Elise, Kasten, Kha'Zix, and Teemo. Elise banned because she's a durable character who has a stun. She's hard to kill. She does a lot of damage. It's really all there is to it. It's pretty simple and straightforward with why she's banned. Kassadin, he can chase and escape seemingly infinitely. He has a long-duration silence. He has a slow. He's really hard to kill and just deal with in general. So it's easier to ban him than stack the multiple coordinated CCs that you need. CCs meaning crowd controls, stuns, interrupts, suppresses, everything that you need to be able to stop that guy. It's easier to just ban him. And then we have Kha'Zix, who his single target damage is so high that he either kills somebody or forces them out of the fight. He can escape and engage very, very well because of his stealth and because of his Evolved Leap, which Evolved Leap carries him over walls that other characters can't get across. And lastly, Teemo. Teemo gives map vision, a blind, lots of magic damage, a dot. Just everything about Teemo is unfair.
Dude, I hate Teemo. See? I did it. I was supposed to say it 5 times. I said it 4. I just said it for the 5th time.
There you go.
I hate Teemo.
Teemo is unfortunate. And the champ select screen bans we will see again when they go back.
I'm a girl. I'm not allowed to hate Teemo. Dude, Teemo is so... Okay, I hate Blitzcrank more than I hate Teemo, but I really, really hate Teemo.
Blitzcrank is just... He's unfair.
Yeah, exactly.
The only good thing about him is he's really squishy. The thing about Teemo is, when you try to kill Teemo, you're blind and you die.
I do like the Teemo song, I will say. I will say that the cover of Black and Yellow. I have listened to the Teemo song.
I want to see Werewolf Teemo as a skin. Holy cow. Like Spooky Monster Teemo. That'd be so cool. We talked about the chat bans. We got champ select bans: Nidalee, Jace, Wukong, Evelynn, Amumu, Talon. I'll get to the plugs again in a minute because I actually missed them in the VOD, so I have to go through them briefly again after this. Nidalee, her poke is really strong. Chuck spears all day. If you want to kill her, you're going to take damage in the process, and you're going to waste a lot of time. If she's dead, her traps will still trigger on you and give vision and do damage and reduce your MR. If by the time Nidalee's dead, she's already done what she set out to do. So it's easier to just ban her than have to worry about that happening at all. Jace, long-ranged poke in an AoE even with the accelerated shock blast. He can 1v1 pretty solidly as well, and he moves around the map very quickly because of just how much movement's in this kit between the acceleration gate and switching forms giving movement. Wukong, dash in, armor reduction, AoE airborne. He reduces your armor and airbornes everyone, which gives time for everyone to take advantage of that reduced armor. And then you can just decoy out, or stand there and make people think that it decoyed out and watch the whole team walk left, and then really decoy and go to the other direction. Wukong, that's what separates the good Wukongs from the greats, is that decoy use. Because that's decoy as an ability does nothing. You, the player, really have to do something creative with it to make it effective. It does a teeny little bit of magic damage. You can drop it off on a point and walk away, get a little bit of an interrupt if you're low on health. That's a play I see sometimes. But for the most part, you have to play the mind games with the enemy team. Evelynn, Amumu, and Talon being banned. Evelynn, high mobility, runs around, kills people. She puts your bottom lane in a constant state of fear because you never know when they're going to show up down there. So when you have an Evelynn on your team, you kind of force the enemy bottom lane to play safer or maybe get completely punished. And on top of that, she can back cap if needed to. And she's really good at going away to other points. If you get into a fight and it's pretty close, and she can just ditch away somewhere else afterward in stealth and go and cap something, or try to cap something in forced position. Amumu, lots of AoE damage, wide radius snare, has a spammable stun, pretty spammable anyway. And then Talon just kills people. A lot of damage, pretty safe to initiate, silence into slow, into I stealth and leave. It's bad times. Talking about revive real quick, I forgot to block the summoner spells, but that's okay, they still have plenty of time to change them now before the game actually starts. Seeing this Maverick Man 1234 in the chat saying revive is useful, question mark. Well, Maverick Man, revive is the most used spell in Dominion. It's probably the most powerful that we have, because the only counter to being dead is being alive. Revive can make you alive. Very few other abilities in the game can do that. If you go up to the windmill fight and you lose, you can pop your revives, go back to the top of the fight, and you will be there at full health, and the enemy team will either A, be there with barely any health left over because of the windmill fight, or they will all have recalled, and then you just capture the tower. In the bottom lane, if you get ganked, and the enemy comes up to capture your tower, and kills you, you can hit revive, go back down to that, and defend the point, and not have to have anyone from top come back down to help you out. You can keep yourself, sustained down there with the revive spell. If in the middle of the game you are out of position and die, and the enemy team tries to start a 4v3, you can hit that revive, your team can fall back a little bit and meet up with you, and then you can turn around and get back up there with the team and not be a giant liability for being dead and missing the team fight.
The way I like to explain it to my friends who don't play Dominion at all is, imagine if on Summoner's Rift you had the choice of running Revive Teleport as one summoner spell or just another summoner spell. You'd probably take Revive Teleport. And on Dominion, Revive is very close to Revive Teleport because the map is so small and you get effectively home guard boots when you respawn that you're going to be able to get to wherever you want to go very, very quickly. And that's why it's so strong on this map. It's not as good as Revive Teleport wrapped into a single summoner spell, but it's very, very close to it.
And another thing to add on about that is if you take the mastery for it as well, it gives you increased health. So not only do you come back to life, you come back to life more powerful than you were when you died, because you have that additional health, which is useful so many times. You get to straight up Obi-Wan Kenobi that and come back stronger than they expected. We're getting a request for a roll call in the chat. I am Gandair of the gaming clan Vatso clan, and co-casting with me is...
I'm RheingoldRiver. I'm a caster for NESL, and I do some other stuff too. You could follow me on Twitter at RheingoldRiver. And it's Rheingold River. It's not, I think people put when they see it in all lowercase, they put the space in the wrong place, but river is the second word.
And if you guys want to hang out with us in the chat, go down here to the, you want to hang out in this chat channel with us?
I think it's actually full. I think I tried to join it, but
we're
it
at
was
186
full.
now. It dipped down a little bit. You go to the lower right-hand corner, you click on View Chat Room's control panel, you go up, you click Create or Join a Chat Room. In this field, you type in DominateDominion, and then you hit Enter, and it pops you up over here into the chat channel with all the rest of us. You go up here to the upper right-hand corner, you click on the gear box, click Show Timestamp, and auto-join on startup, and you'll never have to worry about typing it again, because it will automatically put you in that channel every time you log in. No worries there. So you can just show up whenever you're online and talk to us. And talking about the picks real quick, I'm just going to go over them briefly because we have not that much time left on the countdown. Cassiopeia, a lot of AoE damage, extremely high sustained damage because of Twin Fang, has a stun. It's all around good. She can delay for a while on a point by putting down those dots and moving away. Rengar, amazing at ambushing people. He can actually stand and deliver a little bit better than Kha'Zix can, and is he's just a great gank in the middle of the map. Zyra, a lot of AoE. She has the AoE Airborne, she has the AoE Snare, it's a line effect, and she has slows from the plants as well. Lots of area control, can delay for a very long time, in addition to dealing a lot of damage. Zyra is an amazing pick, and I'm surprised she's not a higher priority ban. Blitzcrank, he brings all of the interruption to the table, and on top of all of that, he is a very fast-moving character. So he can get active, he can run around the map. Shoutouts to Surthix for actually playing in a tournament. That's pretty cool to see you there, man. Thanks for playing. I think this is the first time I've actually seen you in a game, so that's pretty awesome. MKH playing as LeBlanc. LeBlanc, silence, snare, a lot of damage. It's mostly her damage that she's known for, but the people that can really manipulate that, mimic ethereal chains in the right positions when it can be used, can be absolutely scary, because having that snare really lets people like Rengar and Cassiopeia deliver their damage by rooting them in range. So hopefully that's something we can see. MMKH is a very good LeBlanc player. He also plays a very good Blitzcrank and a very good Singed. MMKH actually is also one of the oldest Dominion players. He's been playing Dominion for almost like over a year and a half competitively. He's been around since the beginning. Over on the other side, we have Kale, whose damage late game gets absolutely out of control, but she's very fragile early game. Twisted Fate has a stun. His ability power, his spell damage is good, and he has global map presence because of the teleport. Jarvan, tanky, disruptive, good character to have on your team. Vayne, her damage is just everything ends with Vayne killing you. Here's what happens: you go down to gank Kale bottom lane, and you almost win. And then it's Kale becomes invincible. Vayne tumbles out of stealth, condemns you into a wall. True shot bolt proc. You're dead. Up in the top lane, you get Jarvan jumps in, Cataclysm. You can't escape. True silver bolt proc from Vayne. You die. If you're like retreating from a point, Twisted Fate teleports in and stuns you. Vayne tumbles from around a corner, condemns you into a wall. True silver bolt proc. You die. Are you chasing Lulu back to the drill? Are you trying to capture a point? Is Lulu really low on health? Lulu glitter lances you. Vayne comes back with revive, condemns you into a wall. True silver bolt proc, you die. All roads lead to Vayne killing people for the most part, so you have to watch out for that. Vayne doesn't care about tankiness.
LeBlanc.
What?
Kale is very good against LeBlanc. Because LeBlanc is all about 100 to 0ing someone, and if she can't do that, she's pretty useless. So having that intervention, if you can put that in as LeBlanc is starting up her combo, she's essentially going to be deleted from the map just by using a single skill.
Yeah. Vayne partnered with anyone, though, usually ends up pretty scary, especially because BB Pop is an amazing Vayne player. And let me intro these two teams real quick. We are a little bit behind in talking about things. Oh, and Lulu. Lulu's the best support in the game. She has 2 movement-affecting spells. She has 2 crowd control spells, and she has 2 health-affecting spells. One's a health increase, one's damage shield. She has she can speed people up and slow other people down. She can CC other people with. She can turn someone into a cat, and she can airborne people. So she brings a lot to the table. And Glitter Lance is great for defending too because it can shoot through multiple targets. These two teams, this could be the round of 4 game, Cheese Enema versus Clueless. These two teams usually put up very good games against each other, and I'm a big fan of casting Cheese Enema games because they always put on a pretty good show. Lurch playing Cassiopeia, Krog playing Rengar, Necrysis playing as Zyra, Surthix playing as Blitzcrank, and MKH playing as LeBlanc. I'm one half of your casters. I am Gandair, and casting with me is
RheingoldRiver, and the other side is going to be Clueless, Half-Hearted on Kale, Tayu, Twisted Fate, Cam Stignator will be playing Jarvan the 4th, BB Bop on Vayne, and to round it out, Ro4 on Lulu.
We have 4 seconds to do anything. Follow me on Twitter at VatoClan.
GG. So
pause
we are
the game.
going to do a pause time.
Follow DominateDominion on Twitter. Follow them at DominateDom. Facebook.com/DominateDominion. Give them a like there. Subscribe to my team's YouTube channel, youtube.com/VatoClan, if you want to check that out. Individual game VODs from previous Dominate Dominion events, and other Dominion-related media, and other video game things. Yay, the pause resumed. I was worried I was going to have to talk for 10 minutes. We should have saved the poi talk for a pause. That's what we should have done.
Yeah. Just stall out the game. That's what I did there.
The bad pun police have been called. They are en route to your home right now. Please remain seated. It will be there shortly. There's the CV. Off the bat. Blitzcrank looking for someone? Nope, isn't going to find one.
Immediately until LeBlanc, she's exhausted, going to flash out. Or jump out. Her clone is going to get killed there. Vayne has come back to the fight, but we do have Blitzcrank and Zyra getting the point almost completely captured there. So you're going to need to be a little bit careful. Grasping Roots hits onto Vayne and Kale. There's an EQ in from Jarvan, and Reckoning down from Kale. Blitzcrank gets grabbed someone to his death. Rengar stunned by Twisted Fate there. He will also fall. Zyra taken pretty low. Gets the Grasping Roots on the kill, but she heals herself, and a double kill for Vayne. The Reckoning from Kale was just enough to help her out with that. LeBlanc comes in, lands it there, attains stun, and dies. And it is going to be Clueless with a 4-0 in the first fight. Revive's coming down, but they get the capture point.
Oh, Surthix almost connecting with that grab on Twisted Fate, but not quite able to reach him. Although I feel like if he did get that grab, it would put him in a bad position because his team was not quite caught up with him yet. Krog and Crisis following Blitzcrank in the middle of the map.
And all 4 revives are used, so they are all up with a little bit of bonus stats. Draven getting a bit caught out here by Rengar and Blitzcrank trying to run away, but they pull Vayne instead. That was a great pull from Blitzcrank. I don't know if he meant to pull Vayne, even if he saw him, the EQ out from Draven, and he is going to live. Vayne is now a little bit caught by Rengar. She does not have her condemn anymore. There's the Q. She's potting, trying to stay alive, and they're actually going to turn around. Twisted Fate was on the other side. They didn't want to get pinched out, and Vayne is going to get to walk back to base.
Yeah, letting Vayne go, I think, was a smart move there. They would have given up way too much map position extending that far away past the drill. That would not have been safe.
Meanwhile, a little bit caught out, and Rengar picks up that kill. So Draven and Vayne en route to run back top. Looks like a revive is popped by Twisted Fate, so he's going to be able to get back there pretty soon. Not level 6 yet. There's the Cataclysm. Just kidding, he is level 6. There is the Destiny Gate in to defend the top point. It wasn't even necessary. Draven picked up that kill by himself. Rengar getting the health on the other side. Twisted Fate coming in, gets a gold card, drops the stun down. Blitzcrank is going to grab the Twisted Fate. There's the knock up from Draven. Ethereal Chains picks up the kill on Twisted Fate. Great condemn from Vayne, but she misses the 3rd silver bolt proc because she switches over to Blitzcrank, and that's a lot of damage that she's not going to have. Double kill meanwhile in balling for Cassiopeia, barely surviving there and taking out both Lulu and Kale.
Bottom lane, nothing going on down there right at the moment. Just Cassiopeia being Cassiopeia. Top lane, Vayne is just going to sit there and looks like she's going to clean up that creep wave that they were trying to build on that point. It looks like Twisted Fate's going to be lagging a little bit behind on getting to the top point, which is going to give them an opportunity to make a play up here with 4 of them at the top right now. Kale going for that is not going to get it. They're just going to get snared by LeBlanc, though. The Surthix pulling her back, pops her with the airborne. Rengar out for a little bit of extra damage as well. So Kale being shut down. Cassiopeia can make a play for the bottom now. Blitzcrank moving down towards that area of the map as well. So Blitzcrank Cassiopeia with just Lulu to defend. That might turn out not so well for her. MKH takes a stun from Twisted Fates, but BB Pop caught between Rengar and Zyra was not long for that world. So now, all LeBlanc has to do is keep Twisted Fate away from the top. He does not have very much health left, unfortunately. Looks like he's going to opt for the recall instead and trust in his allies' ability to keep that point.
Kill onto Blitzcrank, and now they're going on to Cassiopeia. She's trying to live. Blue Wild Growth actually has to be used. They're going to be able to capture their bot back, but right now it is a 4 cap for Cheese Enema.
The top point, BB Pop chipping away at people. Rengar getting very, very low on health, finally killed. Crisis alone, Kale up there with the invulnerable to save BB Pop. And the CV to show MKH what's going on so he knows where Vayne is at. Caught with a Reckoning, unfortunately, is slowed. Are they going to give chase? There's the Vision procs, they are. And Vayne gets a trip back to the summoner platform.
That was a great sort of bounce back as she popped her jump as the condemn came down. Blitzcrank with a huge mana barrier already. Vayne picks up that kill. The intervention that Kale used on Vayne earlier was actually probably not necessary at all because Zyra did not really have any skills available at that time. It was right after she had used her Q, so she didn't have the ability to make any Q plants, and Zyra auto attacks not hurting too much, but better safe than sorry, and it is already a third of its cooldown use.
Both teams back with all of their members on the field at the same time. LeBlanc standing out front, I'm not sure how I feel about that. A little bit of vision there from the Clairvoyance. LeBlanc going for an Ethereal Chains, but not finding anyone to connect with it. And a lot of damage on Half-Hearted immediately. Kale looks like
barely surviving. Gets the health just in time, and if she had had her invulnerability there, she would have lived, but she did not. There's the reveal. Vayne is exhausted right now, and jumped by Rengar. There's a double kill for Rengar. Draven trying to survive as best as he can. LeBlanc jumping away. Meanwhile, Twisted Fate picks up the kill on his Zyra. Knock up from Blitzcrank, just trying to peel Draven away from the rest of his team. It is pretty low. Looks like Rengar going back to base, and Blitzcrank just going to try to run away from Draven, which he will be able to do successfully. Lulu having a very hard time against Cassiopeia right now, but there's Twisted Fate coming in. Gets ulted almost immediately by Cassiopeia. Lulu picks up the kill, and they will successfully defend their point. Great defense mounted by Clueless.
Surthix grabs Cam, is stunned by Twisted Fate, unfortunately. Not sure how I feel about that. Blitzcrank doesn't feel anything because he is a robot. top point of the map. MKH is going to be taking this point back, but is he going to be able to get neutral in time? I don't think so. The minions may be able to clean it up.
Coming down, Kale taking very low, gonna ult herself. Vayne coming in. Silver Bolt's proc will pick up LeBlanc there. Kale trying to run away, heals herself a little bit, and gets this slows down with the Reckoning. The point is neutralized. Zyra is on her way top. Kale has a sliver of health left, just barely. Don't let the plants aggro to her. Oh my goodness, Vayne just killed Kale. Trying to de-aggro the plants, but that let them de-aggro onto Kale. There's a knock-up from the Stranglethorns. The plan is going to get that double kill for Zyra. Great start from Twisted Fate, and Jarvan picks up the kill once his flag toss before she can get the health. Blitzcrank trying to start channeling the point, but Jarvan has something else to say about that. The hook is going to airball there, and it looks like Twisted Fate will just zone so Jarvan can pick up the point.
Surthic's doing a much better job of delaying this time around. The first couple times it was sort of didn't end so well as he got a grab into him getting killed. But this time he was able to stick around long enough to make time for Krog to get there. Quick pickup on Twisted Fate. Cam turns around for Surthix, who just now pops the mana barrier and grabs him with the grab. And
Vayne coming in with Final Hour active, and Rengar not going to be able to stealth quite in time. Mana barrier is still active on Blitzcrank, but Vayne is coming in with her passive. There is nothing he can do, and the mana barrier expires. Jarvan picks up that kill.
Unfortunately, not able to seal the deal up top. Zyra by herself should be able to defend the refinery if they try to make a push there. However, MKH and Cassiopeia have been able to take control of the Boneyard, which puts Shizunama in control of 3 points, which means they are starting to recover the some 80-point gap almost in Nexus health.
And there's a stun card onto LeBlanc. Kale coming around the other side, gets the Reckoning down. Twisted Fate is absolutely melted. Great polymorph from Lulu. She will die, but it should be a double. No, there's the stun from Cassiopeia. Picks up the kill, saving her life. And LeBlanc's great ult at Petrify and Gaze is just such a good skill, and she's it very effectively. The revive comes down from Lulu. She's going to get slowed by that miasma from Cassiopeia. Picks up the kill with the glitter lens. Blitzcrank on the other side is going to get trapped inside of that Cataclysm. The ultimate, or the tower.
BB picking up the bottom point, or attempting to at least. Cassiopeia on her way back with the revive is going to be able to stop BB Pop from doing that. Wolfer's Lulu is going to take the Boneyard back for the team. And over on the other side of the map, Krog's going to turn around to stop the minions from chipping away at the tower. Zyra has control of the windmill. Zyra on the windmill is going to be very difficult to unseat for pretty much anyone. Center of the map, vision from both teams going down. Cam grabbed by Blitzcrank, airborne. Rengar catches up, able to deliver some damage, saved by Kale.
Kale ultimate, that intervention saving his life. Vayne is now coming in onto Rengar. So much damage, 2 more auto attacks, and he is definitely dead. There is the first auto attack, but she's going to have to turn around as he did get the speed from the speed shrine and tries to reveal, but can't reveal quite enough. Lulu, meanwhile, trying to run away from Cassiopeia. Twisted Fate in the top lane can't really unseat Zyra.
Zyra off the point, though. That could be bad. There's a True Silver Bolt proc and an exhaust. Airborne on BB Pop. Isn't a Crisis going to be able to take Vayne out? Yes! With the help of MKH, they're able to pick up the kill on Vayne, and Zyra is able to stay alive.
Yeah, the plants are just so scary right now. We saw earlier, they were aggro to BB Pop, and he was too scared of them. Actually, balling Cassiopeia getting taken very low. Thanks to a gank from Jarvan, and Lulu is going to pick up the credit for that kill. Definitely Clueless has done a great job of helping out Lulu, knowing that she was having problems in bot lane against Cassiopeia, and really letting her come back into this game in a big way.
Surthix led a very good grab against Jarvan. Unfortunately, just did not quite have the range to be able to connect, unfortunately, although his presence is going to force Jarvan back. Although Jarvan Lulu may be able to take Blitz in a fair fight because he is a little bit squishy.
Twisted Fate gets a stun card onto LeBlanc there, and she's going to be able to jump out, but it's not enough. A kill going to ult herself. Jarvan coming, Rengar coming in. There's a Blitzcrank ult, picks up the kill on the kill. The grab airballs completely. Vayne gets knocked up and is going kite. Great condemn into the wall. Twisted Fate almost steals that kill away, but not quite. LeBlanc has meanwhile used revive. Great tumble from Vayne, dodging the ethereal chains. Meanwhile, Zyra misses her E, stunned by Blitzcrank and trapped inside of the Cataclysm. But there is Rengar also using his revive, tumble away from Vayne. She's going to live there, but not for very long as LeBlanc jumps in and gets that kill. Rengar now stunned by Twisted Fate again. Blitzcrank also with the revive. The revives are completely synced right now. And Rocket Grab misses, but they get the kill anyway. Silence onto Jarvan. He can't do anything. Shutdown goes over to LeBlanc. Kale is reviving. Well, not reviving, but Kale has respawned. Everyone else needs to wait for the revive cooldown. And you really see just how strong that summer spell is.
Ooh, MKH almost hung out to dry. That was a great Mimic Ethereal Chains to catch J4 a moment ago. Snare from Zyra, able to get a little bit more damage on Camstigator. And Cassiopeia coming up from the bottom, or on the bottom rather, was killed by Lulu.
There. Kill very, very low. Is she going to be able to survive? Intervention just in time. The silence expired. She doesn't even going to take any more damage. Doing a great job. Her team doing a great job of killing. There's final hour popped by Vayne trying to get onto Zyra. Zyra wants to run away as fast as she can. Grasping moves dodged by both of them, but the slowing card is going to hurt quite a bit. Vayne trying to kite away. Rengar does not quite get the stun. Can Twisted get it? He gets it just in time, and Vayne's going to pick up the kill. Surviving with almost no HP there. She needs to be very careful of Zyra. Just a couple auto attacks from playing since she will be dead. And there, exactly that is what happens. And Twisted also going down with great plans placed by Zyra.
And Zyra able to set up shop on the top point now is going to make for an annoyance for the enemy team. Lulu was able to pick up the kill on Cassiopeia down on the bottom, but was not able to make a play for anything there. Unfortunately, half-hearted Kale coming down, and immediate stun!
Cassiopeia, there's the polymorph from Lulu and the exhaust when she's about to get back up. Kale using her ultimate, so they get the kill, but it was 2 ultimates and a summoner spell. Meanwhile, Twisted Fate picks up the kill onto Blitzcrank, trying to come in. Vayne gets the condemn onto LeBlanc there. Should be able to pick up the kill. There's the kill onto LeBlanc. And Rengar occupied in the bot lane. Twisted Fate gonna go ahead and recall. Zyra, very scary. They do not want to be face-checking books into plants.
Oh man, this is the field of dreams. 2 plants there, 1 in the bush. A lot of damage on Cam as he heads up to the top point. Zyra by herself against this combo, which actually may be too much for her because the speed at which Vayne can put out the damage is not going to give enough time.
Final hour, Silver Bolts, 4 auto attacks, 3 auto attacks from Vayne, and the Reckoning from Kale were enough to take her out. But you see Vayne actually having trouble dueling that plant. Zyra's pretty scary right now. LeBlanc coming in. There's the grab, not hitting anything. And Rengar is here. Great invulnerability from Kale. Will save Vayne for quite a bit of time. Rengar picks up, Draven picks up the kill onto Rengar. Blitzcrank mana barrier is popped. He is going to fall. Picks up the kill onto Kale. Vayne is just alive, doing absolutely everything, and they will be able to capture the win now.
Clueless in control of that point. Start recovering the little bit of a gap they have, about 60 Nexus health. No big deal. I think they've had worse than that. Cassiopeia in the bottom lane seems to have the creep wave pushed up, but hasn't really been making a lot of plays for the bottom point. They've been very good at reacting to when she pushes out against that. No one anywhere near the top at the moment. Half-hard Kale. Kale with a Storm Shield is going to be not very friendly for Cheese Enema. Zyra trying to set up in the bush here. So 1-2 plants. She's just waiting to pop those. Twisted Fate heading down towards the bottom part of the map. Maybe looking for Lurch. Things could be bad for him.
Ultimate is available. Uses it on Twisted Fate there. There's a Wild Growth from Lulu and the Whimsy. Exhaust also burning a lot again, but again they pick up the kill, but he gets killed in return. Great turnaround from Cassiopeia. Just enough damage onto Twisted Fate.
And Rengar was looking for someone, but could not actually connect with anyone, unfortunately. He was looking for the black grab from Blitzcrank, but Vayne was just a little bit too far away. Half-hard, MKH tries to start that fight. MKH, I don't think you won any. Look what just happened to your health. MKH, please, I'm scared. Has the silence, is getting chased, unfortunately. Throws another Ethereal Chains. And Half-hard thought twice about following up. MKH picks that up. Are we going to see Twisted Fate come in?
Twisted Fate coming into the top. The revealed LeBlanc there. Kale picks up that kill with a Reckoning. And Twisted Fate did port to top. Lulu, meanwhile, in the bot lane, was able to pick up the turret. And so holding on to a 3-cap right now. Not the typical one, but they are picking up points right now. And Blitzcrank taking so low there. He has an enormous mana barrier. And he will be taken out by Vayne. There's a great Stranglethorn. Driving so low, gets the shutdown onto him. And Vayne is just auto-attacking Zyra. Got ignited, so not life stealing quite as much, but there is the kill. He really needs to dodge it. And 1 kill will go from the passive. Twisted Fate barely survives and starts channeling the point.
MKH and Lurch, Cassiopeia and LeBlanc are able to take control of the bottom point. Once again, they lost top in the exchange, unfortunately, but they may be able to get it back. Everyone is recalling right now. They are going to be able to have their players there beforehand. They might be able to get a neutral if they're very quick about it. Surthix on Blitzcrank does have a lot of movement speed built in because of that overdrive. You see him with that overdrive almost maxed, so that's going to give him a bunch.
LeBlanc distracting over here a little bit, but she's going to get absolutely melted. Rengar is here, and vulnerability onto Blitzcrank, onto Twisted Fate, and he is going to survive, but that did buy a little bit of time for them to get the neutral off. Just barely in top lane. Jarvan gonna get grabbed there. Twisted Fate coming in, locked in the gold card, gets the stun down. Great syncing of CCs there. It was not stacked at all. Perfectly chained, and Twisted Fate will be left to pick that up. Zyra running away from Vayne now, as opposed to the other way around.
And they were not able to make the play for the refinery. Zyra's presence there a little bit more than they wanted to deal with.
Wow, Vayne might be a little bit caught out here. Deathfire Grasp and LeBlanc picks up that kill.
And Vayne overextended a little bit and paid for it. CV in the middle of the map there. Jarvan falling back. Kayle heading towards the top.
Twisted Fate ganking Cassiopeia in the bot lane. He's going to get whimsied there by Lulu. Stuns Twisted Fate, exhaust onto Cassiopeia. There's the wild growth again popped onto Twisted Fate. This is so reminiscent of the last time, but this time Twisted Fate probably is not going to die. And it's just a successful kill. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Vayne picks up the kill onto LeBlanc. Stranglethorns goes down onto Jarvan, but it's not quite enough damage.
What?
Oh my god, that kill! Great kill from him. He's going to be able to walk away and get the point. That was so good.
I like the part where the plant dart turned at a hard right angle. Like, hey, where'd Jarvan go? Ha! Caught up at the last second, but Kayle's ultimate saving him very, very barely.
I thought he was done, and then the intervention came down. Great ultimate used by Kayle there. We've seen it all game, and then Twisted Fate comes down, saving Lulu from Rengar. Just such good coordination from Clueless this game. They've really been on point with saving members of their team. Stun card onto Cassiopeia and exhaust down too. Lulu wants to come in and do what she can do, which isn't too much. She pops the ult on herself to not die there. Wildcards come across. Jarvan picks up that kill. Blitzcrank is here, wants to save the point. We'll see if he can. Blue card was actually unfortunately locked in. There's the Deathfire Grasp shield from Lulu. There's a grab onto Jarvan. The shutdown goes to LeBlanc, and the silence from Blitzcrank just not in time for Jarvan. He was running away, going to be revealed, and we'll see if he can get out. Meanwhile, on the other side, Kill fighting Zyra there. One more auto attack, and she gets it. Vayne, not even needed, has not picked up a Frozen Mallet, but does have the stage. Rengar now trying to go onto Vayne. Vayne needs to be a little bit careful here because the tower is not neutral. She gets exhausted, gets a great condemn though, popping the final hour, and she's actually going to go ahead, drive under tower, try to pick up the kill. One more auto attack, she gets it, and she gets the turret in addition.
And they're going to turn that point around, and with this, it's going to be very, very difficult for Cheese and them to come back.
LeBlanc coming back in. Vayne barely survives that kill using her ult on herself because Vayne had gotten out. Effectively, there's a Destiny from Twisted Fate, the shutdown. Twisted Fate actually in a little bit of pain. Maybe did not want to do that one. He will get taken out, but the refinery does go over to Clueless, and Vayne is going to survive again.
And
pick up the kill onto Blitzcrank here, probably. No, Blitzcrank gets the shutdown onto Vayne. Just a little bit too strong with that power fist. Jarvan does get the revenge kill. Rengar is trying to get his revenge kill, which he does successfully. Lulu forced away from her point in bot lane. Cassiopeia trying to capture it. Twisted Fate has respawn coming down. Revives not available just yet. Great Glitterlands and the stun card. Wild cards come across, and Lulu gets the kill on the Cassiopeia.
Legendary.
And Lulu just haven't been doing an amazing job all game long in the bottom lane. Lurch really hasn't had any ability to.
And meanwhile, Kayle is just going to get completely one-shot by LeBlanc there. She was silenced from the beginning. She couldn't get her ultimate down, and LeBlanc picked up that kill, no problem there.
Using the Yomus to escape, Krog didn't think that he could do anything about that, so he decided to back off.
Is he going to get caught out, or is he going to catch? Stranglethorn's used, not going to get anyone in the knockup. LeBlanc is on one side. Does she have her Mimic? She does have it back up. EQ comes from Zyra. There's the stun card, just half of her health, but Rengar just 100-0 Twisted Fate there, and Jarvan jumps in with the Cataclysm, gets the kill onto Zyra. Rengar picks up the double kill though. Vayne is here, but has no one to peel for her. There's a clairvoyance. The exhaust onto Blitzcrank gets the rocket grab. Good rocket grab there. Odin's Veil popped, but not quite enough, and the capture point stays in favor of Enema.
The problem is they have two people who have to recall, and Kayla at full health and mana is on her way to the top. However, Rengar and Zyra should be able to deal with Kayle without some clever intervention usage, but Half-Heart is a very good Kayle
on
player.
The way down. The ult does hit him, but he got the knockup. She's trying to run away. Glitterlance was not quite in range. Neither was the Golden Aegis for the slow, so she'll just be able to walk away.
Crisis finds Cam Stater, a little bit slow on him. Blackfire Torch damage chipping away as well. Rengar wants some of Jarvan. Jarvan through the wall. Twisted Fate comes down. Krog gets Twisted Fated with the stun.
And Vayne gets grabbed there by Blitzcrank. Reckoning from Kale. Mana Bear is absolutely huge. Vayne should be able to pick up the kill, gets the shutdown onto Blitzcrank. The exhaust, the Reckoning is going to be enough to pick up LeBlanc. Cassiopeia coming in. Good ult from Lulu will save Kale's life there. Double kill for Kale. Zyra very low is going. Great condemn from Vayne, interrupting the Rengar auto attack, and that is going to be the kill. Also, top, the windmill has a large minion wave. Vayne actually going to recall instead of going to defend it. 11 points remain for Cheese Enema.
Point neutral by man to the top. That Cataclysm keeping Surthix back, though.
Wow! So Vayne almost survived there, but then the static field was just enough for Blitzcrank to take it out. Blitzcrank does die, though, to that Reckoning from Kale. 7 seconds left. They need to capture something almost immediately. Lulu is taken very low. LeBlanc gets that 4 seconds left, and I don't think that's going to be long enough. So it is going to be Clueless taking over the game.
Lulu with the revive, able to get back down to the bottom point. Almost gets another kill on LeBlanc, unfortunately, but was not able to do so. And Clueless is going to win that game, and they are going to advance to the finals.
So Clueless showing that they are in fact not clueless. I don't know, does that mean we have to disqualify them?
I don't know. There's no rules against having awful names or names that don't make sense. Trust me, we've had some doozies.
But in fact do seem to be very clued into what's going on. I'll just finish the pun a little bit later. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, Half Hard was playing some mediocrity Kale that game, but he managed to pull through. Take a look at the post-game screen, and take a look at the... Let's take a look at the damage dealt. You guys like to see that. Damage dealt to champions... Vayne, 44k.
That's not too surprising to see Vayne doing the most damage.
I like how there is no list for true damage, because I actually wanted to see how much true damage she dealt that game, but I guess there's not a thing for that. Oh well. And Graveyard Hero this game. Blitzcrank at almost 300 seconds.
Wow.
Cheese Enema's entire team is Graveyard Hero, actually. We're just going to go with that.
Blitzcrank died 17 times that game. But yeah, he did have some amazing kills onto BB Bop. I think he was the only person to get shutdowns onto Vayne. Just gonna throw that out there.
Yep. If that game, if this game was like 1,000 Nexus health instead of 500, I feel like they might have been able to bring that back. Maybe. But we are going to go into the finals game. And I'm going to cut to a commercial real quick while we get that set up, and I will see you guys in just a moment.